Hi everybody, it's Phili from Create and Curate here. Today we are doing a charity shop, sewing pattern and fabric haul. That's right my friends, we are talking a charity shop, sewing pattern and fabric haul, which is kind of ironic because today I am wearing my peppermint ruffle sleeve top hack that I made into longer sleeves, and this is made from a duvet cover, and Betty next to me is wearing a Pattern Emporium Field of Dreams dress, and that is made from some red and white fabric that I got from the same charity shop that I bought all of this from. Oh, but before I get started, I need to show you something that I did pay full price for, but it's very, very exciting. Wait there. Get excited. It is the sewing pattern for my son's prom suit. I'm excited and I'm scared all at the same time. So it's the Simplicity Simplicity S8899. This guy looks like an absolute dude. My son is not this cool. He's not going to be able to pull this off, but he's going to try. So this is, well, he started off that he wanted purple velvet because he saw Lewis Hamilton in it. I've managed to be able to talk him out of that, and it's a bit fluff. And his girlfriend has also managed to talk him out of it because she is wearing a red dress. Not this red dress, but she is wearing a red dress. So now he wants red velvet. But I have said that he can't pull that colour off. So I'm hoping red, like a burgundy red for the jacket and then black for the trousers. He seems okay with it. Although if I could get like a brocade fabric like this within a red, that would be amazing too. I've bought a load of fabric to practice with, so hopefully we should be fine. This pattern was $12.99 from Minerva Fabrics. It's quite expensive for a pattern. I wouldn't normally pay that much, but I had to. Look at, I mean, is he not gonna look so cool? I'm so excited for him. So that was my full price purchase of the week. Let's get on to some charity shop hauling. Okay, so I went to 2 charity shops. Oh, and I got some bits off Vinted as well. We'll start at charity shop number 1. Now, everyone has seen that it is a huge trend at the moment for quilted jackets, right? So I managed to find, and I've been looking really, really hard, I found a quilted blanket. It's not as big as I was hoping, but I do like the colours, and it was only £3.50. I think that I can get like a shorter sort of kimono style jacket out of this, no problems. In fact, I might even do a video on it. So it's gone through the wash already because it was a bit mucky. But overall, how much do I think's in here? Well, we'll find out, won't we? We'll see in next week's video whether I manage to make a jacket out of it or not. I've got a pattern from Seamwork. It was a free one. It was called the Quince. Boys, the dogs are fighting. Boys, well, they're not fighting. They're just trying to bite each other's legs. It's supposed to be a sight hound thing, but it's just irritating. Pack it in. So I forgot where I was going. I have a pattern from Seamwork, which is the Quince jacket, which should work really nicely with this, and if I crop it a little bit then it will be really good. The only thing that I do need to get is some bias binding. I haven't got any of this blue, but to do the inside seams and stuff, and maybe to do around the edge, I'll try as best as I can to just repurpose this so that I don't need to do any bias binding on the outside of it, but on the inside I will need to bias the hems and stuff. So that'll be a fun project. £3.50, absolute bargain. Okay, so my next lot of fabric is from the hospice care shop in Honiton. Now, what is it officially? Go to hospicecare.co.uk, you can learn all about it. They have the most amazing shop there that does so much stuff. It's brilliant, and it's always got sewing patterns, and it's always got fabric, and it's always got the chintziest of curtains. apart from the fact that this time I went, they had some lovely curtains and they were clearly very, very good quality because they were £20. I was like, I'm not going to buy £20 curtains to cut up. That's too much. So I digress. This is my first fabric. Now it's a really thick cotton canvasy looking fabric. It's really thick and really lovely. It's quite stiff, and I thought that it would make, once I've given it a good wash, it would make a really nice peppermint wide strap maxi dress, because that in this fabric would be so lovely. I must have, let me see, 1, 2, there's at least 3 meters of it, and the price was £4.50. £4.50 for 3 meters of fabric. There you go, dogs. You love laying on fabric. Go lay on that one. I'm really excited about that. Definitely going to need to give it a wash though. It feels stiff, like, you know, when it's new and it's not been washed yet. So I'm going to have to give that a wash. The next fabric that I got was this really nice cotton blend. It feels like a poly cotton maybe, but then looking at the selvage, it's quite fluffy. So again, a really nice, and I know that this is more of like a wintry fabric, but you get it where you can, right? So this one, again, there must be at least, well, in fact, we'll just pong the thing off. There must be 5 meters in here, I would say. 4. Let's have a look. Oh, got a big yawn. At least 4 or 5 meters of fabric in here. And I thought a nice pinafore dress with a long circle skirt, like a Saint de Fleur one. I'll put a picture here and I'll show you what I mean, because otherwise I'm making no sense. Again, £4.50. Such a bargain. Yeah, £4.50. What a bargain, right? For like 5 meters worth of fabric, just because they've given it to a charity shop. Brilliant. And we're doing our bit for charities. I love it. The third piece of fabric that I bought, it's a duvet cover, but you'll understand why I bought it in a minute. So here's the outside pattern. Oh, smells nice as well. Do you hate it when you go to some charity shops and they don't wash stuff and it just smells really musty and mank? This smells really nice. I've got a sneeze coming. Oh, bless me. So it's got caravans on the outside, but on the inside, how pretty is that? So it's like a green and pink. I don't know if you can see it properly in the light. It's like a mint green. Thank you, dog. And pink. There was another one there that had, off you get, thank you. There was another one there that had, it was red and white gingham. And I was like, oh, so tricky to know whether red and white gingham is cute or, like I said in last week's video, whether it's just school uniformy. So the fact that this has different colours in it, I really, really like that. And I'm going to make it into the sewing pattern that I also got at the charity shop. Let's have a look at those. Oh, the fabric smells so nice, it's given me the right sneezels. I haven't got COVID, and if I did have COVID, you can't catch it because you're all the way in there and I'm all the way over here. So we're absolutely fine. But if I keep cutting and chopping, it's because I keep sneezing. I'm really, really sorry. So, turns out I only got one pattern at the charity shop. I'm sure I picked up another vintage one. They had loads of like Prima ones, and they've got a load of 70s ones there. So where is it? Where has it gone? I bought a couple of books as well. Maybe it's like slotted in between some books. Anyway, this is what I would like to make. It's the Simplicity 2377, and I think I will use that fabric, the checked fabric, to make some of these dresses. It only goes up to age 8, so it means I'll only be able to make it for one of them, but luckily it's only the tiddler that would wear that sort of dress, so we're fine. What would her favourite be? Probably probably A actually. I think it's pre-cut as well, some of them. So we can, are they all pre-cut to size 8? Not that that matters because she's not far off it and I can trim it down a little bit. Oh yeah, so everything's pre-cut to a size 8, but that's absolutely fine because I can still work with that. And it was, how much was this pattern? It was so cheap, it hasn't got a price on it. I think I paid £1 for a sewing pattern when I bought another sewing pattern for £12.99 new, £1 for a perfectly serviceable sewing pattern. Honestly, if you have any charity shops near you that sell sewing patterns, you are so lucky. It's really hard to find sewing patterns at charity shops. Oh, which segues me in nicely to where I got my next set of patterns from. So, my next set of patterns, I'm still waiting for 2 more to arrive. I will put photos of them here. This is what I'm waiting on. It hasn't arrived yet. And this is the curse of vintage. Yes, we're talking vintage. Now, I absolutely love vintage. And to be honest, I'm starting to wonder if it's easier than going to charity shops. Because charity shops are really hit and miss. And you can have some that, I mean, not naming any names, Heart Foundation, can be really expensive. And they put a huge markup on stuff that's just unrealistic. Other charity shops, it feels like they don't charge enough. Like, you feel like you're conning them out of stuff because you're like, you do know these shoes are like £50 second hand and I've just bought them for a £5. So charity shops are very difficult. Also, if you're going for, so I've said before that I'm really looking for a lot of chintzy fabric to wear over summer, and I have yet to find any, apart from the expensive ones. And also, when I bought the quilt, the lady in the charity shop said, oh, someone might need that who can't afford their electricity bills. So now I'm wondering if I should probably stop cutting up curtains and stuff like that altogether, because it's for people that, you know, suddenly can't afford to turn the lights on or to turn the heating on. Really could do with a set of good curtains, couldn't they? Anyway, vintage is a way of people being able to get rid of all their stuff and for me to acquire it. So I'm all in. I don't know why, but I had never thought to look for sewing patterns on vintage before. There are millions of them. Absolutely, oh well, maybe not millions, but there's loads of them. So I decided to do a bit of purchasing. What have we got? Now, also, I do understand that what I'm about to show you are just freebies out of magazines. However, 1, I did not buy the magazines, therefore I have already saved myself about £7. 2, they're old copies anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to get them. 3, these are the sort of things that you can find in charity shops as well, because they're normally donated quite a lot. So you can get these in charity shops too. So where should we start? We have the Carnaby dress from Simply Sewing magazine. Who was this one made by? Nina Lee. So you know they always collab with someone to make these dresses, and I just really liked this one in particular. I thought that looks really cute, and also the shape is really easy, isn't it? You can layer it up, you can just have it just as a sundress. I really liked the idea of that. It's brand new, not even been opened. I'm so excited. Then we've got the Cecily dress, and this one, it's Simply Sewing again, but this one is made by sewgirlblog.com. You can download these for free from the gathered.com website, I think. I will see if I can link them at the bottom so that if you want to, you can get these patterns for free. Obviously, you will have to print them off in A4 and stick them all together, but easy peasy. The Cecily dress, I really liked. I like a longer sleeve, so I think I'm going to go for that one. I don't think any of these fabrics. Oh, actually, that grey cotton blend, the grey wool blend would look quite nice in that, wouldn't it? For winter, maybe not for now, but that would look quite nice. Might give that a go. Oh, also, they only go from size 8 to 20 in the freebie ones, but, you know, that covers some of us, doesn't it? The next one is the Florence dress. Now, I've got a couple of button-up dress patterns, but they've usually got collars. We all know how much I love a collar. So I thought I'd go for that one as well. This one is, oh, it's a sew over it one. And again, still free from the magazines. Ah, in fact, the buttons only go half the way up. That will be interesting. I just like the sort of cuffy collar. What is that sort of collar called? The cuffy collar. And the last one, now, the 9-year-old wants a new backpack. So I decided, ta-da, that I will make her a backpack. I thought that I was going to be really clever and that I would be like, oh, I'll just follow a YouTube tutorial or I'll just work it out myself. How hard can a rectangle be with a couple of straps? Turns out it's really hard and there's a lot more to it. So I bought a pattern instead. It says there's so much stuff you need for it as well. Fabric, interfacing, zip, another zip, webbing, black plastic bag sliders. What are they? D-rings. Oh, is that those things? Maybe. Bias binding, fray stopper, fabric glue, walking foot and zip foot, erasable fabric marker, matching thread and basic sewing kit. My word alive. I really thought it was going to be easy. But it turns out bag making might be even harder than dressmaking. Oh, it's going to be fantastic, isn't it? So yeah, still waiting on the other 2 patterns. Hopefully they will be here soon and I'll be able to get started. And that is my fabric and pattern haul. I am so pleased with how much I got for so little money. I think there's so much to be said for buying secondhand and for hunting in charity shops and for upcycling fabrics and stuff like that, because it just means that we as sewists can have suddenly an accessible hobby. Like, it's affordable and you get a reward out of it at the end. So yeah, I'm really pleased. I think this weekend I will be trying to get started on his suit because it's panicking me a little bit that I don't know how to do it. I mean, all the elements are there. I think that I know how to make it all, but it's the idea that I don't know how to make it is like making me have sleepless nights. And also his prom isn't until July. So where are we in? April, May. So I've got at least 3 months to be able to perfect it. However, I can't perfect it if I don't get started and start practicing. So that would be me this weekend. I think I would also try and like to get the bag, at least get the stuff acquired for the bag. I don't know where I would get half of this stuff other than eBay or online. I don't really want to do that. Maybe a trip to Hobbycraft. What a hardship. What a shame. Maybe a trip to Trago. Oh, yes. Oh, would they have stuff? Who knows? I'll find out. If next week you get a day in the life and it's a trip to Hobbycraft or a trip to Trago, you'll know where I've got it from. For now, I really hope that you will enjoy your sewing this weekend and I will see you next week. Bye.